Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria Rojas and welcome if you guys are new. So as you guys seen by today's title, I will be showing you guys the transformation of our home from the front exterior and a small garden tour at the end. So this was our home whenever we first purchased it. As you guys can see, a lot of the plants are just overgrown and blocking the view of the house, so I wanted to open that up. I didn't really like that. I also did not like the carport. As you guys can see in the next image, it was right in front of the house. I just felt like the house was just really hidden, so I wanted to open that up. So the first thing we did was knock down all of those trees. We added new ones. We do keep them cut up so it doesn't block the view of the house. We also took out the carport and we did add new windows, and I feel like that alone made a big difference. The next thing we did was knock down the brick. As you guys can see, the triangle top part of the house, we brought the brick down. We did want to do a design above that, which you guys will see later on, which is why we knocked that down before we started painting. And we also added the wooden fence that divided our neighbor's property with ours. And then we started priming as well as adding some electrical work to the brick pillars. And then we added the wooden design on top as well as the lights on each of the brick pillars. I love it. We went with the modern farmhouse design for our home. I love it. I feel like white is just timeless, and here it is where it stands now. We obviously still have not switched out the front door or the big window because we are still undecided if we do want to do double doors where the window is or just replace the door that is here already. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. We have also added tons of new plants, which I will be giving you guys a tour now. So now I will be showing you guys a tour of our front garden. I'm just going to do a quick tour. I'm not really going to go into detail on the name of each plant. So if you guys want to know what it is, you guys can go ahead and leave me a comment down below. So this garden area right here, we put right with our driveway entrance. So we have an entrance here, and we decided to put in a bunch of boxwoods, and the wood right here outlining this area is eventually going to be removed once all of these boxwoods fill in. But we did plant, we have palm trees and some trees. Let me see if I can face it the other way, trying to get a better angle. Okay, so we have a lot of these trees lined up this way and on the other side behind me, but I'm gonna show you guys just this front area. So we have 4 palm trees, and then these, we have 4 of these trees, and then 2 different ones in the corner towards the wooden fence. But we are filling this in with grass. It's slowly coming in, and there's not much more. I do want to add like a really big fountain right here in the center. We've already looked at it, so hopefully by the end of this year or maybe next year it will go in. And we do still water with sprinklers. We move everything around ourselves. Hopefully one day everything is on a drip system. Well, the boxwoods, as you guys can see, they are all on a drip system, which is very nice. But right now for the grass, we do just move around sprinklers ourselves. And then here, if you guys remember, I potted these for the back patio and I ended up moving them here. So this is a smaller one, and then this one is a larger, and I do have it right in front of the garage door area. As you guys can see, they are loving their life and they have just gotten so big. I am obsessed with these mini Super Tunia Vista or Super Tunias. It's like a star something, I believe. And then this little white flower here is just gorgeous. It reminds me of a strawberry plant because the flower kind of reminds me of that. I think it's so pretty. And moving on this way, so here is another entrance that we have. It's a smaller gate entrance, and as you guys can see, we have been working on this garden bed. So this one curves. We did add all of these boxwoods. At the beginning, I just had like this one, and this one. They're a little bit bigger, as you guys can see, but then we just ended up filling all of this area so it can grow in tighter and faster. And this rosemary, we're shaping it. It got super big, so we did cut it back this spring. And then I added all of this Super Tunia Vista bubblegum, and it is gorgeous. It's loving its life in this area, which makes me so happy. Eventually I do want to add more plants, but I am a beginner gardener, so I don't want to take on more than I can't handle. For now, this is great for me. Maybe I will still add more as the year goes on. I do have a video when I planted all this, so it does look bigger. If you go back to the video, they were a lot smaller, so I'm doing very well and I am happy. They are all alive and healthy. I also went ahead and planted 3 Iceberg Roses, and we have this ivy. We had it when we moved in. We put it there. I don't want to let it spread. I'm just gonna keep that. It's like inside of a trunk. I'm just gonna keep that area how it is. This one, however, I need to remove. It comes out every single year and it gets huge. I don't know the name of it, but it just looks like a huge weed, so I'm not a fan of it. I'm gonna take it out, and as you guys can see, like, it starts coming out in little sections like this, but it gets way bigger than that. So I did go in and I did dig up whatever I could, but they still come back, so I'm trying to tackle that as much as I can. I don't want to let that take over, and you guys can see when I don't catch it, this is how big it gets. And then you guys will see like vintage touches in our garden. So I have I think these are milk jugs, and then we have this one over here too. And what's neat about these is that they did come with the house, so there was an old shed in the back. I don't know if you can see a picture of it in my patio transformation makeover. There was like a small, really old shed. Unfortunately, we had to take it down, but it had a bunch of cool vintage things that they used, but they're already old, so we're just using it for decor around our garden. And let me go through these boxwoods. So these are all on a drip system, like I said, all the boxwoods are, and eventually I do want to add drip to this, but I'm not done planting this area, so I'm just hand watering as much as I can. And then over here we did, I know you can't see with the grass, but we did add some more boxwoods. Let me see if you can get a better view this way. I'm excited for this to grow in, so we'll have them on this side and we will have them on this side. And you guys, I love our grass. It's just so fluffy and beautiful. Hopefully eventually we can get our back grass this full and nice. But I was gonna go in here and show you guys my hanging planters, so I will link these down below. They are gorgeous and huge. So I do have super bells, and they have been doing great. I do have Diamond Frost Euphoria in here, but look at, I don't know if you guys can see, but there is some type of a bug on there, which my back patio ones got the same thing. They do like to eat the little flower, and I'm gonna spray them right after this video, right now that I'm recording. When I came out here, I seen it, so the good thing is that we are getting it on time, so I can spray that down. And then here for my front porch, I already have decorated for the 4th of July. A video will be coming out soon, and I will have the links to everything down below. But if you guys remember, I did plant these planters in the beginning of spring, and look at how beautiful they are. This one has just a one type of purple petunia, and then I also added these on the bottom. They kind of hang out, and I think it's gorgeous. And then I did have ranunculus, but obviously their time is done. Luckily the petunia does fill all the way in. This one, however, has 3 different types. So it has this color, this one, and then it has a really deep purple, which they are about to bloom. And under it I do have a white little flowers as well, but this petunia took over this planter, so you can't really tell as much as you can on this one. And then I have lavender. If you guys remember me talking about how I got it last year on clearance for only $5, it did double in size, but I did not cut it back this spring, which is why I think it looks super woody. I don't know if you can kind of tell inside. So also the blooms are not as colorful as they were in the springtime. I have been watering it the same. I don't know what I can do, so if you guys have any tips and tricks you guys want to let me know how I can fix this, or if I just have to wait until I can cut it back. But I love it. It's still beautiful. I do have a smaller walkway, but it's beautiful. I think the view of my gorgeous plants are just beautiful. I did have small lavender here, if you guys remember, but like I mentioned in the video where I showed you guys when I planted them, these planters do not have a drainage hole, so I removed them. They were holding on to too much water. Even though I was taking them out and putting them back in, they were still holding too much water. They didn't like it. They were getting a little sad, so I did go ahead and plant those out in the back patio area in the ground. So hopefully they do better there. For now, I just have my flags on each one, and I don't know what I'm going to do after. I'm just probably going to move these or see if I can make a hole in them myself so they can drain better. And now I have another hanging planter here. So as you guys can see, this one has the same problem. I'm gonna get a closer look, but I do have spray for them, so I'm gonna be spraying them. I do spray once a week when they do have this problem. So some more Diamond Frost Euphoria, and I know I'm showing you guys a tour of my garden, but you guys, I am obsessed with this design that we did on top. I think it's so beautiful, and I'm happy we went this route. Another thing I wanted to talk about was my window. I know you guys see we switched out all of the windows in our home except this one, so we are still undecisive if we want to put double doors here once we remodel the interior of the living room, or just add a new door here. What are your guys' thoughts? The reason I would like to add double doors is because this is centered to the walkway and the front porch. This is the center, so I would love double doors, but I don't know yet. It all depends the layout inside, if it's convenient to have them or not. And if not, hopefully soon I can just switch out this door instead. But for now it works. I think I'm just gonna paint this door black. It's dark brown, but the outside door where I have the wreath on is black, and the trim around it is dark brown, so I also need to paint that black. So moving on over here, so we have boxwoods all the way around, and behind that I already had these 2 palms, which were one of the first things we added when we moved in, and I've never wanted to get rid of them because I didn't do much gardening back then. We have owned our house for about 7 years, so they have done just amazing. I didn't give them the proper care they needed, so they look great for all of these years. So I'm so thankful for them. They've stayed green and beautiful, so I didn't want to take them out. So I added just an iceberg rose in between them. So as you can see, you have one over there, here, and another one over here. And then we have another, then we have another jug here, another iceberg rose. This one, however, I don't know if I just want to remove the stump. We did take out this plant this spring. We just cut it as low as we could. I don't know the name of it, but it did come back. But I do have ivy growing on it, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna let the ivy take over and just remove this as well as this one. But there is a lot of little weeds around it, so I don't know how I'm gonna do it. If the ivy can, I'm gonna leave it. If the ivy can take over and we can just keep the ivy kind of round, I don't want it to spread all over. I might just leave it. I do need to weed this area, not a whole lot. This is usually really easy to pull out. So the iceberg roses continue up to here. This is the last one we planted, this way. And back here I do have star jasmine, so I planted 1, 2, 3 over there, if you guys can see. So behind here I do have my kids playground. They do have their own little gated area, and then this wooden fence my husband did do all the way to the back of our property. I love it. This one, however, we do plan on switching out, but that's not in our plans anytime soon. So for a quick and easy solution, I don't like it, so I did add these star jasmine so it could take over and grow into the fence. I don't know how long that will take, but if eventually it does grow and get full, I have seen it grow into fences. My front door neighbors have it like that, and it took completely over their fence. So that's what I'm hoping for. So then maybe the only thing I will be removing is the door. If I can get this to grow and cover as a temporary solution. If not, I would just have it at a certain height until we figure out what we're gonna do with this fencing. Now I'm stepping back so you guys can see. I have water hoses and then I have some sprinklers on top of this jug. I need to find a nicer way to keep that stored away. So here is the little entry to the playground. My parents, they did add this brick years ago and they painted over it. As you guys can see, it's cracked and the paint's gone, but it was a really cute entryway for the kids' playground. I do want to do something different in this area now that we painted the house and we have been focusing more on the landscaping in this front area. I do want to give it more of a formal walkway. So we did some brick pathway in the back area of our house. And I would like to do that here or add some concrete, like a slab of concrete just to be straight. So it could look a lot neater. It was very beautiful when it was nice, but with the weather and everything, it does look like it needs some help. So then over here we have this gorgeous tree, and look at the blooms on this. How beautiful are these? There's a ladybug in there. They are so pretty. So it has these gorgeous blooms. Right now it only has a few, but you guys can see it is full of them, so there will be a lot more. I think it's so pretty. I believe my husband's grandma or uncle gave it to us, one of them, but so pretty. And the last thing we have in this area is this palm tree. This palm tree was here when we purchased the home. It's Probably the only thing I kept in the front. As you guys can see at the beginning of the video, there's just a lot of trees and everything's kind of covered, so we took all of that out. But I do need to cut back a couple layers of this. But it is beautiful and I love it. And then we have this tree right here, which provides shade in the afternoon time for the playground area. So this is how it's looking, and I am so happy with the plants and everything we have done to this area so far. We still have this stump from that big tree in the front. It's pretty dry now, so I'm sure we can easily take this out now. But everything is looking gorgeous. I know we still have a lot to do, so we have some more trees right here, and it provides a lot of shade, as you can see, towards the house. These trees are beautiful. We do like to have them cut pretty high. We also had a lot of these trees right here. I don't know the exact name to them, but I want to say 2 years ago we got like a plague or something, and it took all of them out. It just left one, so we're either gonna cut it or try to move it. I'm not sure yet, but there's still a lot to do. Like I said, this is just progress. Our house is definitely not new, but we do have lots of dreams and hopes for this home. We have been accomplishing them slowly, which makes me so happy, and I hope that motivates you guys. Having a fixer-upper is definitely not easy, but it is totally worth it, and you do get to customize everything to your liking, which is a beautiful thing to do. So yeah, this is the front tour of my front garden, and hopefully I will keep giving you guys progress videos. But I hope you guys like the transformation of our home. There's definitely a lot we still have to do, like I said, but I love to share my journey with you guys. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely got some inspiration off of this, and I will see you guys in my next video.